What's good, y'all? Straight out there. I won't quit. Shout out to the time I was broken than the bitch. Being broke make you sick. Got a kill for the shit. Fresh caught fish in my chops. Bitch, want you to know. Go back and forth with these hoes. Niggas is covered in gold. I've been covered in gold. You cannot fuck with the bro. Niggas is covered in. I don't fuck with Molly no more neither. I'm at the block party with the glow like Easter. I think I was fucking with you out of convenience. These days I've been calling my son the black genius. I mean when I was younger, now me now that I'm older. Being on my own what made me an owner. Still getting money with it, whether it's colder. Shit, I'm not over, got this bitch coming over. What good is the army? Yo, you the soldiers, person ain't for the hip, that's why I make out soldiers. Poor when it comes to talking like a rich nigga. You scared to be yourself, that's why you a bitch nigga. Don't worry about the girl you seeing in my DM. But you worry about if I see in the PM. Might be the reason that I ain't so stressed. I used to be a policeman. I'm the one to impress. I said dedicated, I raised mine, I won't quit. Got out to the time I was broker than the bitch. Being broke, making shit, gotta kill for this shit. Fresh cross fish with my chops, bitch. I want you to know. I'm back and forth with these hoes. Niggas is covered in gold. I've been covered in gold. You cannot fuck with your bro. Niggas is covered in yo. Caffeine and THC at the Black Sea with the CBD. Have bars for years like Chi Ali. You get a Kanye beat before you get by me. Yo, it's about brotherhood. Roll through your brotherhood. Call check on you. Make sure your mother good. Long time pussy, couple long time digging. Don't treat no bitch like she the queen and angler. Sax them like King George without blinking. Cut out to the years that I'm no longer winging. Being broken in disease and I'm strong as an ox. I pray for my prey. Give food to the ops. Don't die in your block. Buy back the block. It's a large Christian. She clock for top. Know how to get away. You know, stand the fuck up and man the fuck up. Romance, tough love. Making an exit. Sound the one love. Can't put it in words. I sound like Young Thug. Toxic love will make it miss me a bunch. I master art, not doing too much. And just looking for the Joes and be fucking that up. With my do-rag long nigga, enough is enough. Like excellence, opulence, decadence. Smoking on a luxury strain. This shit is elegant, dedicated. I raised mine, I won't quit. At that time, I was broken than the bitch. Being broke, making shit. Gotta kill for the shit. Fresh car fish in my chops. Bitch, want you to know. Go back and forth with these hoes. Niggas just covered in gold. I've been covered in gold. You cannot fuck with the bro. Niggas just covered in. What's good, y'all? What's happening, man? We gotta bring the energy in, man. So you know what? We might just start having to do that, man. We gotta bring the show in with a song. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, listen, no, you can't go nowhere else, right? On the internet right now, where there is a mature, pleasant looking light skinned man that's going to open the show with a song. And I'm not gonna keep doing like a different song. Now I'm gonna do like probably like the same songs. So you guys hear it. But I've been watching these tiny desk Johns. I'm realizing, you know what? People need to like hear music in like a natural essence and an effortless essence. People need to hear that shit in a way where it's like you get to really hear whether or not you just like this song. You know what I mean? You know what's a song I've been playing a lot more lately? Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. And in order for me to rock with that song, I don't need a visual because the songwriting is so good and simplistic. And it wasn't that I never heard that song before, but when I hear it now, I can hear for the most part. She must have experienced some of this stuff. And I realized with lyrics, you don't necessarily have to live it, but it has to have a point of reference from real life. Okay, but anywho, you probably saw who I had on the screen, the Summer Jam screen. I don't know if I've ever done a deep dive on SZA. And shout out to my baby SZA. I got so much love for SZA. She is a Jersey native, you know what I mean? We know some of the same people naturally being from Jersey and shit, you know what I mean? I think overall, she's a very interesting archetype. She is the cool auntie, like the adventurous auntie archetype. Like someone that probably don't need to be having their own kids like that. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know what I mean? Listen, hold on a second, y'all. It just don't really happen for everybody, and maybe don't need to. You know what I mean? Because listen, everybody can't handle the responsibility of bringing someone else up, but people People only really grow from bringing someone else up. But anywho, I've been seeing shit. So I was a few joints that came up with scissors. So we're gonna go ahead and explore this. So for one, she responded to a few posts on social media about her appearance and about a few other things, right? So she kind of crashed out. Says I don't like it. I don't like it on you. And I'm going to build on what's going on, and I'm going to give you guys some of my expertise in the I guess you could say mental health care field. So in case you don't know, I have worked with several different populations in the professional manner or in a caretaker type manner. So I have done faith-based leadership activities, and I still do, where it's terms like outreach in terms of mentorship and things like that. I have worked with children from pre-K all the way up to past the high school. I have my own agency where I did support services for individuals who were mentally disabled or had mental health disabilities or people who were like autistic, things like that, but basically intellectual disabilities, right? So and on top of that, I've also worked with the at-risk population as well as being a battle rapper. And and also having to get out here and hustle and trying to stay kind of survive. I've been doing this YouTube thing. So I've been doing the gig economy shit, doing Instacart and whatnot. And I used to do Lyft and Uber back in the day, you know what I mean, before I start making more money. And I've got to experience people on mad different levels. So I'm going to give you guys a deep dive into like what's going on with Shorty. Because I have a whole different spin on it. And again, the breakdown is with much love. But at the end of the day, family is the most important thing. I'm trying to tell you. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just,
Then shut the fuck up in 2024.
You're gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? Family's the most important thing. Everyone has to take care of something or someone. Preferably your family or your own family. All right. Starting your own family and taking it serious and doing it at the time when it needs to happen. So like today, right? So today I was doing Instacart and it was getting kind of late, right? So I kind of I stopped doing it because I was like, yo, I just felt like I need to be here. I need to be doing content, and I needed to keep putting that work in. And to a certain degree, I'm glad I did, I guess. But listen, I've been going through my old footage, my old tapes and whatnot. So I've been trying to just find things to make shorts out of and find things to make videos out of. I'm like, God damn, I barely feel as though I could use any of this content because, it's nowhere near as potent as or as much of a show as we got it right now. You know what I mean?
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
Thank goodness you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got a whole show to go on over here. Listen, fragrance of the evening. You're filming. You know what I'm saying? You see me from the infamous, the notorious, the eminent, the invincible, the sexiest, Bath and Body Works After Dark. So saying the body butter for this shit. I don't like it that much no more. I feel like my sense of smell has been compromised. But yo, I love this fragrance when it first came out. I actually got 2 bottles of this. So that's fragrance of the evening right here. But anywho, so I know we at the 9-minute mark and whatnot. Don't worry, I'm going to cut this into different. You know what I mean? But so I want to give you guys a little bit of my background before we start getting into this. Also, just fair warning, I don't got no notes. All right, I want y'all to know that when I start when I get to cooking like this, it's just from the soul. I'm just ready, nigga. Welcome to 2025. You ready to win? I'm ready to win. I'm not for real. I'm really, really ready to win. Because I'm realizing when it comes to this shit, I gotta bring it from in here. From in here, from the heart. That's what 2025 finna be about. It's finna be about the heart, and y'all gonna start telling the truth. I'm gonna need you to deal with who you really are, so that we can make some changes and do the work. Shit I was caught up in the past, and ain't never going to happen again in the future. It's a kind thing to learn from your mistakes. It's a kind thing to make sure that you present well. It's a kind thing to make sure that you treat others fairly. It's a kind thing to do. I'm gonna need y'all to start keeping it 100 with yourselves. I say that because I understand we all gonna. It's natural to have a bias towards things that interest you or concern you or what's going to affect your life in some kind of way. You know what I mean?
Get up and get out of them relationships. Like, why are you here, bro?
I understand all that. When you come to this channel, you come into a different world, and in this world, in the sixth past universe, that is where you are right now. The work don't stop. We overly ambitious. We overachieving. We overachieving in righteousness. I know. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this first chapter about honesty. So we're gonna go ahead and react to a little bit of this video right here. Shout out to this content creator who did the work that I did not do. All right. And it's about SZA lying. So this video is going to be about the fans pointing out the inconsistencies and the things she talks about, from the education, plastic surgery, so on and so forth, origin stories. And I was like, what if in some weird way she's our universe's George Costanza? Because the great George Costanza once said, "It's not a lie if you believe it." But no, in all fairness, though, what we're going to see, because again, SZA is just like I said about Summer Walker. She is a representation. She is a black girl archetype. You know what I'm saying? So her black girl archetype is like she's into like she's like the ultimate. How can I say? Alt black girl. She fits into all alternative, slots of black girl. You can see her dating a white guy. You can see her playing with. Well, you see her playing with like bells and chimes and rocks and shit. Definitely somebody who being into like tarot cards, and they just get into every single thing that the liberal person does. But what it really is, it always starts. Don't worry. Whenever you see someone like this, listen, I know my folks. It always starts with the weed. All right. This is a whole weed journey, because all people who smoke weed do the same things. They be obsessed with nature. They be want to like be in nature like a lot, or they always want to do some shit in nature. They want to go off the grid. They always talk about going off the grid. They always talk about moving to Thailand and shit, and which is a stupid plan, because you don't have any way of making money once you get there. Like it's the main problem with all y'all talking about going off the grid or just doing any shit, is you still need money to do any of it. All right, okay, whatever. What's the other ones? You want to go vegan? At some point, these make the attempt to go vegan or do vegan adjacent things, or you worship plants and shit on some level. What else you be trying to do? Oh, you always want to homeschool your kids? Are we talking about homeschooling like unnecessarily, or like not in like appropriate like scenarios, like just homeschool in general? you have an unhealthy mistrust of the government, like unhealthy in a way where it's like, all right, bro, like I mean, I don't know, you know what I mean, like and also the undermining of authority, and what else, having a hard time with the wheel and understanding that you don't need to reinvent the wheel, meaning that you have to respect structure and the things that the people before you put in place and the things that the leaders of the world put in place to so that we can have a good life, right? But part of that shit comes from your low self-awareness. You don't pick up on any of that stuff. So I might have to say that when people have these behaviors, that we know where they act out, they get angry, they do crazy shit, they're very very spontaneous, you know what I'm saying, or very no, I'm sorry, impulsive. Impulsive will also be a factor in this conversation because again, but anyway, we're talking about the whole archetype of SZA. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you something right now. The form of me, yo, if SZA was in my life, there would be nothing I can do. She could get me into a cult. If like the form of me, like before I became like this ninja, she could definitely pull me into a cult. You definitely, she can definitely have me give all my belongings to Father Ben. All right, yeah, you know what I mean, like because like that was like so my type, you know, like I always have this conversation with my homeboys about like, you know, because he always talks about how he wants to be with someone who's a creative, and I always think in my mind like I would never want to be with someone who's a creative because I know how I am, and I know all the bad habits I had to outgrow in order to be a better person. But to a certain degree, I always question like, yo, can you really be good at music and be a good person? I don't know. I think you got to be kind of a piece of shit to be great at music. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, but going back to what I'm saying about SZA and this archetype again. So like I said, like she fits into all the archetypes. As well as what's the other one? Oh yeah, and also like the, how can I say? I don't want to say the intelligent hoe. But it's like, yeah, it's like the sophisticated or spiritual 304. You know what I mean? Where it's like this person's not telling you that they're promiscuous or they've been promiscuous, but someone who's impulsive, someone who admits to, anytime a woman will admit to having mental health problems to you, that means that more than likely, again, impulsive means that you have done some impulsive shit. So that usually means promiscuous behavior. Because a lot of times they will have a different approach to the first time you have sex. They and also too, if you're not aware of what a genuine how people genuinely are, if you're not really aware of this it's how people really talk or what makes sense. A person like this could love bomb your life away. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something right now. I bet money. Woman like SZA got that mean drawback. Cause look, listen, narcissists, like people who have really have really serious problems, they love the concept of giving you that joke, like shocking you. Everyone's done it at one time or another. I'll give you an example. If you ever quit a job the same day and you ain't giving no 2 weeks notice, nothing like that. I've done that. That is so uncool. It was so unnecessary. I wasn't going nowhere. Both times I did that, I didn't have a job. I wasn't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
you don't even do nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
You was washing tables. You was waiting.
This was waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who are these niggas?
I cried last one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Anyway, I'm having too much fun on the show. I know I still haven't shared my first clip. So, but anywho, but we getting into the whole psychology, right? So, yeah. So, people like that could really love bomb you, and if you're not aware of like, not even that, it all depends on also what kind of relationships have you had. All right. especially men. Oh my god! First of all, because men are so low maintenance like to begin with. All right. For the most part, you could just give a nigga a sandwich every time you see him, and he'll love you for the rest of your life. If you just gave this nigga a hug, a smile, and a sandwich, like seriously, and don't let the sandwich actually be good. If you just consistently and you can say for real talk, listen, I am not a hot food girlfriend. I only make cold food, so you can get a sandwich, you can get a wrap, you can get a salad. All right. If the salads and sandwiches wraps, yo, that nigga will really say, you know what, it's cool. I'll make the hot food. I'll order the hot food. If you get a nigga a good attitude, a hug, a smile, and a good sandwich every time you see him, he'll think you the best person to. Why? What's wrong with my button, son?
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
I had to keep mashing.
Thank
that
goodness
shit.
you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
I don't like that, bro. You yo, fam, yo, you know you winning when your phone start hit. Yo, why you hating on me, phone?
Because I always respected your hairline on television.
All right. I'll also explore one more aspect of the lion too. So whenever again, if women ever admits to you that she's been to the psych ward or she's been anything with psych, all right, that is not a woman that you can ever have a relationship with. Because she is admitting to you that she's broken internally, meaning that there will always be issues, there will always be problems. It will not matter what you do. But with women like that, it's a guarantee. I remember the first time I heard someone say that, you know, there was a girl I used to see, and in hindsight now, when I learned more about BPD, borderline personality disorder, I can see these different phases that she took me through. Now, when we would link up and whatnot, yo, she made it. I remember at one point, she remember her saying to me like, "I want you to give me a son." I'm like, "Wow, whoa."
Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I was.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
You know what I'm saying? And she would really make a big deal about me not shooting the club up, and she would always ask and like really pressure me to. And I'm so glad that I didn't listen. Even when she was on birth control, I was like, "Nah, I'm good. You know, I'm not even supposed to be here right now." And you want me to leave evidence and life-changing evidence. And my nigga, I'll tell you that next year, she started messing with some dude. That's when I learned when women deal with guys significantly younger than them, that is a sign. First of all, it's a sign that she had mental health problems. That usually means that, like maturity-wise, she sees him as mentally like her, like her superior. Like she sees him as worthy as being like her man. And that's an issue, especially if he's in his 20s and or they have a significant age gap. That's not, and also for him, he's just nasty. All right. But anywho, she also lied about that guy's age, and I remember like I remember like when she first like called me to announce that they was together and whatnot. So at the time, he told me he was 23 or 24, something like that. And I remember like a year later, she done had to kick him out. She pregnant and whatnot. By him, I felt, and I could be wrong. I felt like she told me that he was 21. Like, nah, like he like 21. And like even before that, she was going through some shit where like, yo, she was banging her baby daddy's little brother, and he found out about it. It was like this whole thing. So again, impulsive. This is the same person who said this. It was in the psych ward. Again, impulsive behavior. I remember when she was telling me that she was going away with somebody. I didn't know that she was talking about her child's uncle. You understand? Like that. Oh, it was weird. I remember one time I came over there, right? And there was a box of condoms on the dresser, and I always remember thinking like, damn. Those not mine. I didn't buy those, and I didn't bring anything with me. I didn't bring anything with me. So, like for real, like yo, like
who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I read
You know what
it.
I'm saying? like we need to stay away from these niggas.
But so yeah, so again, usually people like that, they usually engage in like promiscuous behavior, or just they're not able to, they're not really able to maintain routine. Okay. And like routine takes strength. Like I always think about how much I notice how much people like complain, and they complain about their routine, like even at like work. I mean, I don't think people mean to, but it's like, bro, like yo, we getting paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we getting paid, bro. Like we don't have to think about our jobs going away. That's a big deal. You understand? But anywho, I know we 26 minutes into the video, and I didn't really know what I want to talk about today, but I think this is a pretty cool topic. So we're gonna go ahead and do a deep dive into this, and just the archetype of black woman that she represents. Because another thing that I always point out to my little sister is that I'm 37. Me and SZA ain't that far apart. And again, I'm not saying that SZA don't look good at this age and not like that, but she's grown. It's not grown that's a grown ass woman, bro. That's not no really young woman, because like yo, when you was 21, someone that was 34 was grown to you. If you was 21 years old and someone says, "Oh, I'm 34," you would think, oh, okay. Especially if you're a 21-year-old woman, if you meet a 35-year-old woman, in your mind, you're not thinking that, oh, me and her look just alike. Like, no, like, yo, earlier today, I was dropping something off. Yo, the young bull yelled out the window. He called me OG from out the window. I'm like, I feel you. Like, I'm with it. I'm like, yo, I'm honored, to be honest with you. I'm like, shit. But obviously that guy's way younger than me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? That makes sense. I get it. But so let's go ahead and play this video, man. Fair use. My bad. Let me go ahead and make sure I show much love, and let's do a subscribe to Sloan. 1.1 million subscribers, man. Respect, respect, respect. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Thank you so much for doing this amazing video, and appreciate you. Yeah. When I saw that shit that she said she studied marine biology, do y'all understand? There is an episode of Seinfeld called The Marine Biologist. And in that episode, um Jerry runs into a classmate of George, basically a classmate of theirs, right? That he has an encounter with George, right? And she asks, "Oh, so whatever happened to George? Did he like ever become anything?" And he says, "Yeah. He's a marine biologist, right?" And she's like, "What? A marine biologist? Oh my god, right?" So she gives him her number and whatnot, and this and that. And George doesn't know what Jerry's done. So Jerry was like, "Yeah, but I told." So he tells him the whole story and whatnot. And then towards the end, he's like, "All right, so like, what did you tell her that that was going on with me, or what job did you give me, and whatever it was?" But he found out, like Jerry said that he's a marine biologist. So he really went out with her and pretended to be a marine biologist. Scissor, this may just be a callback or an ode or a nod to Seinfeld, and Scissor is performing on a level hitherto and undreamed of. You feel me? You know what? Let me change some shit real quick. Hold on, y'all, because this is making me mad. Why do they keep doing this, man? It's cool. It's cool. I'm not gonna fight it. It's cool. Damn, damn, son. Yo, there we go. The stripping is one of the big is one of the biggest giveaways to if you meet a woman that dances or has danced, you have to realize, you have to understand, you are not going to get anything good out of her except maybe that one time I told her I had chicken wings and fries and she was kind of nice to you. All right. And or listen, if y'all do get intimate, 3 times. Y'all got if it goes down 3 times. And if it goes, listen, for the most part, you got to cut your losses real quick with those. You know what I mean? Because the thing is that it's funny how they explain this stuff. Could you imagine what it's like to experience her in real life in a relationship? I'm talking about that pullback. Because again, women who engage in that narcissistic behavior, they do this shit where they make you feel as though it's what people with BPD do. They make you feel as though they're their favorite person, right? And they're really into you and they really admire you and so on and so forth, right? And then one day, out of the blue, they just pull back on you. So some people call it the discard or devaluing and whatnot, but most people say like devaluing. Matter of fact, so also, and I'm going to play some more of this video, but What's also interesting is I went back to her first album, which I really really liked, and when I was learning more about BPD, it started becoming more apparent to me that SZA maybe has BPD. You know what I'm saying, or some personality disorder. So I want to go ahead and share a video about what BPD is. Real quick, hold on, guys.
Now, the signs and symptoms, while they can vary.
So this lady actually breaks it down perfectly, and ironically, SZA is not someone who didn't grow up with their parents. So she actually grew up in the suburbs of Maplewood, and she went to Columbia High School. This is a good area. So that's a very actually like diverse area, like super duper liberal, diverse. You know what I'm saying? You see like that's the area where you're gonna see like a same sex couple with like kids or like mad biracial people. You feel me? Like that, like that's what I learned about biracial people is about like going to a school, like going to like one of those kind of schools, you know what I mean? So anywho, people usually get BPD from not having their father in their life. And I think it's because if your father's not in your life, then you never get emotional regulation. Now, some people, if they can, if they still have both their parents and they still have intense issues, that usually means that they have some kind of deficiency, because and that usually plays out in that person being like the black sheep of the family and whatnot. Especially when it's someone who comes from a two-parent household in a good area. Now I don't really know if her other siblings had the same challenges and whatnot, but that dancer thing, yo, listen, like I never forget a homegirl of mine. And at the time, I didn't really know she had a history with it. And I never forget, I saw a picture of her on Instagram, and I'm like, now mind you, by this point, we had been messing around, and we stopped messing around and whatnot. It was really confusing. Like she gave me my PhD in like dealing with crazy women, and like she was one of the last crazy women that I ever dealt with, or like women who would actually be a sex worker. Because for the most part, and that may be tough to hear, but for the most part, if as a young man, if you come across a young lady that has done or will do sex work, you got to realize that woman, she's able to do that or willing to do that because she is not able to function at a regular job. She's not able to go somewhere because, again, consistency and routine is painful to people who are deeply emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because for them, they're able to see everything that's wrong with the world. Their attention to detail is has a huge focus on what's wrong with the world. All right, guys. I'm gonna take a quick break and be back right back. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I'm back. All right, so let's go ahead and keep sharing this video real quick, man. Go ahead, sis.
From person to person are as follows. Number one, we can make a frantic effort to avoid real or imagined abandonment. Second symptom is we can have a pattern of intense and unstable friendships and relationships. Symptom number three is we have an unhealthy idealization of people or ideas, which can lead to what is known as the favorite person. Symptom number four is we have a constantly shifting self-image and identity. Symptom number five, we can have suicidal behavior such as self-harm or threatening suicide when faced with rejection. Number six, intense mood swings that can last minutes to hours. Sign number seven is we have chronic feelings of emptiness. And sign number eight, we have inappropriate, intense anger. And finally, sign number nine, we can have bouts of stress-related paranoid ideation. Borderline personality.
So, I think I was mentioning before the break when I started kind of going through like the lyrics of the first album and whatnot. Like she kind of alludes to these kind of things, like the whole like the just kind of like the inconsistencies in terms of like her emotions and how that plays out. You know what I mean? And I remember one time. I'm sorry. So what song was it? I think it was Normal Girl. And in that song, what she talks a lot about is people who have issues have this thing where they kind of like shit on the idea of being a normal person, or they basically the way that they see themselves in the world is that I'm who I am, but you want me to be different, and I'm not going to ever do that. You know what I mean? It could because they have this rebellious nature. Because again, the rebellious nature comes from your lack of confidence in your identity and who you are. That's why young people do it because they're not as confident in who they are yet. So they don't know who they are. So they really think that, oh well, in order to express myself or make it clear that I'm a human being or make it clear that I'm an adult, I have to resist. I have to do the opposite of whatever you say because that's the thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Not because it actually makes sense at all. You know what I mean? You feel me? So but I remember on Normal Girl, she says a bar is where she says, I know you love the way I blow my top, the way I lose my cool. And what she's trying to say is that I think what she's building on is how much men really love women. But she's also trying to say that you love every part of me, right? And that's women's way of kind of like making you deal with her flaws in a way where she doesn't have to do any work. All right. So and we see it kind of play out in the music. I feel like throughout hip hop and stuff like that, there's always this notion of kind of accepting meanness and rudeness and all this shit from this, I guess, cute, pretty hood chick archetype. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you hear like that sentiment in rap songs where it's like where you try to romanticize her social, how can I say, not quirks, but her social and ineptitude, right? Like we'll go with that. Cool. I don't need to try to sound too smart. So we have that. So I want to go ahead before we move on to these current events. I want to share this. I want to share that story again. All right, so again, fair use. Thank you so much to this content creator for making that great video. So I want to give again we're doing a little deep dive here because again, this is a whole archetype right here, and with girls like this again, it always starts with the weed. All right, you combine the dancing, the weed, the inconsistencies, and also just like this series of failures too, like stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like, listen, everyone experiences drop. Maybe having to stop school and whatnot. But when people stop school, they're supposed to have started something else. And again, in her case, things kind of did work out for her with the music and whatnot. But nothing wrong with having failures in life, but when the failure should be followed up by the bounce back, like, yeah, this happened, and but after this happened, or just there's some kind of resolution to that story. You understand? Oh, shit smell good today. All right. So I want to share these crash outs, man. So on social media, Shorty has had a few slight crash outs. Now, I don't think this fan was saying anything crazy. I think other people feel the exact same way. All right. So somebody writes, "Who is SZA X? She love this nigga child. She came out of nowhere." So SZA comes out of nowhere. This person, first of all, she didn't even at SZA. SZA just appeared out of the thin air, like, "Gotcha, bitch." SZA, also, hold. This shit just happened. SZA says, "God damn, y'all hateful as something as bleep for some likes and these replies, LOL. F y'all and my ex, honestly. Happy New Year." And then the girl says, "Ooh, wait, no." I'm saying, so people in the comment section just wasn't going for it. It was saying, someone said SZA the type to change her number just to give it back to the person. That was the reason why she changed it in the first place. Someone also said SZA needs a Snickers. She not acting right. You can tell SZA operates her own social media. Somebody else wrote the BBL juices going to her head. We're gonna get into that in a second. What is she even talking about? But someone also wrote something very insightful and profound. SZA just overstimulated. I understand her completely. Stimulation is very important to this conversation. What a lot of men don't understand is that whether you're having a good time or a bad time, not so much that it's the same thing to the women, but one of the reasons why you feel like, oh my goodness, we're about to fight, or why are you talking about this? That always makes you upset. Oh goodness gracious, we're about to have and you feel like y'all can avoid an argument, and she's not trying to avoid the argument because she's not trying to avoid it. She's not trying to avoid the confrontation because she kind of wants the confrontation. She wants the stimulation that's going to come from the experience of a confrontation, and then the experience of making up, and the experience of having sex after having tension between y'all. You understand? So that's what's going on there, right? So I do think that she's online for a reason, and she's actually responding to tweets where she was not at it. That comment is not on the SZA post. She found that person somehow, some way, somehow. And now on to the other crash out, the one that's more important.
SZA, I'm here at my mom's house where I've been hiding out for 2 months of quarantine. Hi guys, it's me, Solana SZA. I'm here at my mom's house where I've been hiding out for 2 months of quarantine. Hi guys.
So somebody writes, "I miss this era so much." AKA before she got big in BBL culture, like. So SZA writes, so she actually responds. She says, "Y'all say weird shit like this and wonder why I'm different and don't feel comfortable with y'all anymore. COVID was hard. My granny had just died. I was hella depressed and masking, not eating, overworking out, but I always had my childhood home to and get lost, still do. Grateful to be in much better mental space now. Shout out to those days though, right? So I want to tell you why she responded that way. Gotta understand that when people get surgery or people make a big change to their body, that's them trying to fix themselves. And I get it. Listen, do what you do, right? But that's them trying to fix themselves, and that's them, and that's them feeling like when I make this change, my life will be different and everything will be different. You know what I'm saying? Or my life will be better, or I'll have that missing piece. And nothing's worse than when you wait to get something, or you finally do get something, and you don't feel the same way you thought you was going to feel about it, or it's not really the most positive experience. You understand? And I realized that real beauty comes from you learning to work with what you have and making the most out of what you have. What that person is talking about is the first time I seen SZA, even back when she was bigger, I thought she was beautiful because she looked happy, she smiled, she looked like she had her own look. She looked like a happy person. I thought she was beautiful. You know what I mean? And not that I don't think she's attractive now, but the Starship Trooper shit. You know what I'm saying? From like the Star Wars shit. Shot the Game Changer. He made that's his bar where he talked about like black women like becoming like stormtroopers where y'all all like just look exactly the same. Or y'all all trying to do the exact same thing. And you know what I mean? For like the lashes, the hair, the BBL. You know what I'm saying? And you seeing everyone and like, you know, and seeing her, you know, get that nose job and whatnot. I didn't think she needed no nose job. You know what I mean? I think she had her chin and her nose done. I'm not really sure. But by the way, all right, man. So that's pretty much what I got for today, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy. You know what I mean? I wanted to just get into that real quick. I'm a little tired, man. I might come back and do another show and all that. But in the meantime, man, appreciate y'all. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content, man. Love y'all. Peace.